Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Laurent Boukobza and today I'm going to present and perform the fourth movement of the 18th Sonata, Opus 31, number 3 by Beethoven. If you do not know this movement, I suggest you click on the numbers underneath my video. Well, jump right to the performance, like that you can get acquainted to the piece. Also, do not hesitate to ask me questions as a comment underneath. Ask me questions and I will do a video just about this. So this last movement is a presto con fuoco, but it's a tarantella. What is a tarantella? It's an Italian term. Technically speaking, the story says that if you're bitten by a tarantula, in order not to die, you're going to dance and faster and faster and faster than the venom can get away from your blood system through all the sweats and all of that. Of course, that's more a legend than a reality. That type of music is very easily recognizable because we have that rhythm. That is typical of a tarantella. As I said, that movement is extremely fast. It is a sonata allegro form. So if you don't know what's a sonata allegro form, you click on the link above and then I will explain to you what is a sonata allegro form. And then you can come back and enjoy the presentation I'm going to give you even more. We have this introduction, which is the first theme. And it's repeated. And I'm going to go purposefully very, very slow because I want you to hear the dissonances. I was talking about how in the third movement, Beethoven had no problem with dissonances that were long. Here's going to make a very short one, but you have to play it very slow for you to hear this. So we hear that. And that's going to be reproduced everywhere. I thought it was interesting, I just want to show you. In this movement also, there are a lot of dynamics written. And unfortunately, many students kind of play that with a good mezzo forte, mezzo piano level all the time. It's kind of always loud because naturally it sounds loud. Work on playing very, very soft. After that introduction, which is the theme, we have that famous section that represents the tarantella. And then from here, we go to minor. To modulate. That progression. I like this chromaticism. And it's going to conclude fortissimo. There's a big fermata. We had this fermata in the first movement, if you remember very well. We had this fermata in the second movement, if you remember very well. And then we go to the development. And here, one example. It says piano. Forte piano. Forte piano. Fortissimo only here. So that's where these are the details that I would like you to pay attention to. It's not. That's been forte the whole time. There's been no ups and downs. An interesting section in the middle that is really chromatic on seventh diminished. So I'm here at 127. So we have and I love this chromaticism chordally, not melodically. So and then we arrive to that. Here's something very interesting. It says crescendo, or technically speaking, we are forte. The crescendo to fortissimo. I don't think it makes sense. And after this, we see that there's a piano at measure 152. So what I think meant in here is piano to arrive fortissimo in here. And here's a piano with a crescendo. When a composer writes something that's systematic and then one's missing, you can second guess if the composer forgot or not. On measure 144, on honesty, I think it's missing. The piano's missing in here. But we have the pianos everywhere after that. That's a similar situation. And then we have that moment it's floating. We don't know what's happening. And out of this pianissimo, so we're gonna recognize the same elements with the same chromatic scale I like. We are now in G flat major. It's a little bit of a problem because we should be in E flat major. It's Beethoven. And yes, he goes back to E flat minor. Why? Because there's the parallel minor, and we already used the parallel in the 16 sonatas I already talked before, but also in the first and second movement. He likes to play with parallel keys. But that E flat minor, of course, will not stay E flat minor for a long time. Because now in the dominant, to go back to E flat major, that's how he does it. Back to beginning. So now we actually have in a coda. In that coda, it's interesting because you're going to use an old trick that he has been using to recognize the fermata we had in the end of the exposition, or that we had in the other movements, and then so same tempo with the accent. Same fermata, but now poco ritardando. As if that was an ending wonder ends very nicely, but the story is in a tarantella you're supposed to accelerate. And I think this is the section when you can actually accelerate up to the end. Let's now listen to this last movement of this sonata without interruption. Okay, so now we're done with that sonata. Please leave comments or questions you might have about my interpretation or my explanation. Leave the comments underneath. If you want to listen to just my performance, you can click on the numbers again. That's going to make you play over and over the performance. If you want to know more about me, you can follow me on all social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, or of course on my website, which shows underneath, www.laurentboukobza.net. Please subscribe to my channel, share my work all around you, and I'll see you next week for the Sonatinas, Opus 49. Thank you. Bye-bye now.